So whether you want to build a website for your own landing page or to do it for your own clients, you can literally do it from Claude AI, as we know. And you've probably seen a lot of these videos where people are creating beautiful websites using Claude AI. But right here in this video, I'm literally going to be showing you the A to Z step by step on how you can literally just use Claude AI to easily create your own beautiful websites without using VS Code or any third-party platforms. So we're literally going to use Claude AI and a domain to build and publish your websites within an hour. And that is exactly what I did with this terrible looking website and redesigning it with Claude Code. And so at the end of this video, you'll learn exactly how I go back and forth with Claude Code, how you can mass outreach of drafts websites to your potential clients, all under an hour without writing a single code. Now, before I go on any further, I just want to show you that this is literally the only three things that you need to, to create your own websites from scratch without writing a single line of code. Number one, being the most important one, is Claude Pro, which is literally just $20 per month. Because with Claude Pro, it includes Claude Code, which is, well, that's the main thing on where you're going to be building your website. And everything else, when it comes to prompting, when it comes to chatting, when it comes to iterations, are all going to be done on Claude Pro. So if you're on the free plan and you don't have Claude Pro, I would say that you are NGMI, right? You're not going to make it. Bare minimally, you need to get at least on Claude Pro. That is a non-negotiable. And secondly, we need a platform to host the website. I'm using a platform called Netlify. It's free, it's very easy to use, which is exactly what I'm going to be showing you later on. And thirdly, we need a domain market. This is simply where we're going to be publishing the site live. All right, this is where we're going to be buying your own .com, your own domain name, so you can publish the website live. I'm just, in this case, for example, I'm just using Hostinger. Now, you don't exactly have to use Hostinger specifically. I'm just using it because that's just the platform that I'm comfortable with. There's so many other domain buyer platforms, right? Like, GoDaddy, Namecheap, even Google Domain, which in fact, I highly suggest for you to just buy your domain on Google Workspace. Reason being is because, especially if you run a service provider business, this is where you can host your Google Meets, your Gmail, your Google Drive, all your assets are all gonna be in one place. And I mean, on average, every domain buyer is around $5 to $20 per year. So it's really fucking cheap if you ask me. So just for the sake of this video, this is gonna be the website that I'm gonna be working on. I randomly found this website on LinkedIn, which is a IT consulting business through Michigan, and you can just tell, right? This website, first of all, it looks outdated, and overall, it looks like shit, right? They don't even have a solid hero section. This is, I assume, all of the data, all of the feature. This is the footer, and that's pretty much it, literally. I mean, they do have some info on the head bar section, but overall, I'm just gonna use an example of a really terrible website and turn it into a well-designed website that doesn't look like a typical AI slop. So what I'm gonna do is copy this website and paste it on Claude Chatbot. Now, this is the first step of it, is I'm just gonna be using Claude Chat to create a prompt here so that we can feed a prompt to Claude Code. The reason why I'm doing this is because we want to be specific with what we give Claude Code. I know some people, they literally just go straight to Claude Code and just, dump all of the information of exactly what they need on Claude Code. Because if you don't already know, using Claude Code takes much more of your AI credit. And that of course costs money. And if you don't really want to waste it constantly going back and forth with the chat on Claude Code, this is more of the efficient and more of a, it's basically more straightforward, and you will get exactly what you need by chatting more on Claude Chat so that you get exactly what you want. I'm gonna be using the tool Whisperflow, which is basically just a voice to text AI tool. And if you don't use it, it's absolutely game changer. So this is how it goes. Yo, what's up, chat? So I need you to take this URL website link, which is absolutely shit, and I need you to turn it into a more of a compelling website. As you can see, the hero section isn't clear. The hero section is, not even there. The feature section is barely existent. And the whole website in itself really needs a whole redesigning. And I don't mean by just redesign the whole website in itself. I also mean by, making the website into an outcome-based hero section. I want to put yourself in the perspective of their own ICP to convince them on why should they take action once they land on the website. Okay, so what we're gonna do is to also go back to the website to actually understand what their what they actually do. Turns out they're consulting for other businesses. What I'm gonna do is to actually look at a competitor, which is Zendesk, for example, and I'm basically just gonna copy Zendesk and paste it on Claude to say that. And what I also want you to do is to take a competitor's website, like Zendesk, for example. I'll also paste the link down here, analyze it, and I want you to steal the design, the format structure of the website, and the copy so that it is on par or even better than Zendesk. There we go. There we go. And I'm gonna paste the link of Zendesk. And I feel like just for example, this is good enough. I will then also end with, so with all of this information, I want you to create me a prompt so that I can feed it to Claude Code. So then it is faster and easier for Claude Code to create the website in itself. So that it is easier and faster for Claude Code to understand what I want and to create the website from there on straightforward. Okay, and there we go. So I'll just end it with, so now before you actually start to create the prompt, before that, tell me exactly what you need, if you need any more extra information before you actually create this AI prompt, to be specific. There we go. I feel like that's good enough. Now, of course, you can be more specific with the chat so that it gives you exactly what you want. But just for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna click send and see what it can cook for us. Now, of course, it's normal when let's say you get your prompt, it's fine for you to keep on iterating to get exactly what you want. So let's see what Claude Chat is cooking up for us. We'll just wait for a second. Okay, so now after 30 seconds, this is what it gave me. It just needed some more extra clarification before I create the prompt, which is so I just need to answer these 4 questions. So I'm just gonna say, yeah, this is for a real client of mine, and the primary CTA is to just follow what the original website says. That be maybe it's to book on a strategy call or whatever the original website says. For the brand design, yeah, same thing. Just follow the original color as congruently as possible, as cool as possible, because we don't want to lose the original brand identity. And for the tech stack, I want the prompt to produce a HTML link so that I can publish it on my web browser. Now there we go. And now it can actually create this prompt for us. Now, in case if you're wondering what a HTML is, like I mentioned earlier just now, HTML link is basically more like a draft URL link for you to just publish it on your browser so that you can just take a look at the first draft of your website. I will get way more deeper on like how a HTML looks like, but here we go. All right, so this is the prompt that I got. It's a quite of a mouthful. You can see it really stretches a long way, which is good. But then on the other hand, just the moment when I read the couple first few lines, it's not really giving me exactly what I want. So what I'm gonna do instead is I took a screenshot of the website itself and I'm just gonna paste it here on Claude Chat so that it actually sees and I understands fully exactly what I want. So then I'm gonna say, okay, so this is the screenshot of the website itself. I hope this gives you more clarification and more understanding of exactly what I'm looking for, when it comes to the color, when it comes to, basically everything. This is for you to get a specific look on exactly what I want. All right, there we go. This looks way better. As you can see, it involves the brand identity and then the reference design from Zendesk, which is a competitor of this IT company's website that I talked about. And overall, this is all the information we need. And again, this is exactly what I say by why it's so important to have a specific prompt and then you feed it into Claude AI, because like I couldn't done this dude, like I couldn't have done this manually of just using my own brain and using my own words. So which is why using AI to create a prompt is so fucking important and useful. So what I'm gonna do here is to just copy this one entire text, and this is when we go to Claude Chat. I'm gonna start a new session, and so then this is when we can actually get into the nitty-gritty stuff. So what I'm gonna do is, to give it more reference, copy the URL of the website again in itself to just in case give it some more clarification. And this is what I'm gonna say to Claude Code. You see this URL link, I want you to completely redesign the whole entire website as a new draft website, and I want you to put it into a HTML file. So what I'm gonna do is paste a whole prompt right here below so that you get all of the information and clarification and all overall info on exactly what I need. And this is when we place the prompt. There we go. And just for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna add another folder. Now what this does is it just creates, a new folder. So this is where Claude Code will be pasting your HTML file inside this folder. So I'm just gonna put the IT consultation website. There we go. Then create, and this is where the website or the HTML file is gonna be held. Now this is all the information we need, and we just click enter. Now this is the whole prompt in itself. And this may take quite a while because I want you to understand that this is even for AI right now, it's a very huge and complex task. So, I mean, who knows, this could take anywhere from like 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And so in the meantime, while I'm waiting, I'm just gonna watch some Assassin's Creed Black Flag Racing playlist clips. Okay, boys, so now after like 8 minutes, 9 minutes, it finally created me the HTML file, and right now I can finally preview it. Now, okay, so this is quite normal when if you to open the preview file, it doesn't show anything. So what you can do is basically open the file that where you basically want the file to be in, like how I did just now, and this is where it's being held. So if I were to open it, double tap, and there we go, voila. This is the website that it created. Now again, this is more like a draft, right? An example of me doing it for the sake of this video. But even that, I mean, yo, this is holy shit, this actually turned out way better than I expected. Holy shit. Take a look at this. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Now I would slightly say that it's slightly too wordy, but I mean, come on now. With just a single piece of code, with just this one prompt that I sent out, and I just need to wait for like what, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, and it created me this one entire website. Wow, this is crazy, man. This is really, really impressive stuff. I mean, of course, there are some touch-ups, especially with like the headline. It looks kind of like AI-like. Yeah, this looks kind of obvious that it's written by AI, but compare it to this, right? If I were to go on the homepage, compare it to this. You see the huge, like it's not even recognizable. How fucking crazy is that? And I mean, to be fair, if you're here to just understand how to create the HTML file so that you can mass send it to prospects as your outreach strategy, then for you, that's all you need from this video. But however, if you want to know how to publish the website using your own domain link, then stick longer in this video, because as far as we have right now is just the HTML link. Right now, what we want to do next, if you're starting completely from scratch, if you don't have a domain, is to buy your own domain, right? I'm using Hostinger like this, for example, and if I'm just gonna put, like, for example, if you're wondering how it works, then I'm just blueballsweek.com as an example, and this is when you buy your domain right here, right? Again, I just use Hostinger because that's just what I'm comfortable with. That's just the easiest one for me to buy. It's very cheap, honestly, like around $5-10 as a yearly subscription plan. So there we have it. And so after you have bought your own domain, this is where we're going to be publishing your website on a host. I'm going to use this website called Netlify, and if I have to log in, this is simply just my dashboard. I'm going to show you SaaS Lens. And what we're going to do here is, you see right here below on the project tab, this is where we can basically deploy a new project, deploy a single HTML file, which handy enough, this is where we already have our own HTML file that we've created using Claude Code. And this is where it gets very complex. What you want to do is to take this file and just paste it right here. Oof, tough work, right? Tough work. And that's when we publish it, it's gonna upload, and there we have it. And now when I click on this live link here, this is when your website here is now actively published. But then the problem is, you would see that it's not under the domain that you want it to be. It's not in your .com, right? And how we do that So this is the first step, right? Is to publish your HTML file inside a hosting platform, which is already here. Now the next question is, how do you integrate your own domain into Netlify? That's what I'm gonna get into. Now, how you attach your own domain to Netlify is you go on domain management, and this is when you click on add a domain. You're gonna select add a domain that you already own. Now, unfortunately, I don't own blueballswig.com, so I'm like lamely enough, I'm just gonna use a domain that I don't use anymore, which is saaslens.com. I'm just gonna click verify, and this is when you know that the link is yours. It says that whatever .com is being found. Now, you click add domain and let it do its thing. Now, right here, it should say something like pending verification or something like that. But for me, unfortunately, since I've already got this domain, I've already used it before, it has already verified it. So the way how you can verify your own DNS if you don't know how to use it is to go on options, go to DNS panel, and this is when you set up your DNS settings. Now, right here below, it should show you the server name. And what you want to do is to go back to the domain platform that you bought it from. For me, it's Hostinger, for example. You're gonna go to the domain overview. For every domain market platform, it should be kind of similar. But what importantly, the keyword here you wanna look at is the name servers. For Hostinger's case, it's this. So I'm gonna click edit, and this is when I'm gonna change it in a way of, I'm just gonna add like the name server. And where you got it from is below here, right? You're just gonna copy, edit, paste it, oops, and just paste it into a server like this. In Netlify's case, there's four of them. As you can see, there's DNS1, DNS2, DNS3, DNS4, which is exactly what this is all about. And once you've pasted here, we can basically just go back here and just click save. And once that happens, you just wait for a while and your domain should be activated, and it should show the green sign like how you see right here, like the green verification. And so how you want to check your domain if it's connected or not is to just go on this URL link, and there we go, voila. As you can see, the domain name is officially published live, and there we go. Now you own this website. There we go, as easy as just like this under an hour. Again, I'm still very impressed on how well this website turns out. Holy shit, that is just like the main takeaway of this video. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the whole entirety of this video. I've basically shown you how you can create your own beautiful website from scratch without writing a single line of code or using others tool like VS Code, literally completely from scratch, just using Claude Code. And so if you want specific help on how to build a conversion funnel, and if you want me to review your own website so that it is optimized for conversion and retention, then under the description of this video, you can click a link. Oh, and yes, in case if you're wondering, the website below is created by Claude AI, if you haven't figured out. And only if it makes sense, this is when we can work together. And that is how I help B2B businesses to scale their MRR without relying solely on marketing, on ads, by strictly building a product funnel that relies on itself as the main engine for scale. And also, if you want to take a look at how this website is built, then I'm just going to place it under the description of this video too.